Welcome to the Instant Trivia Podcast, episode 1528, where we ask the best trivia on the internet. Let's get started. What is comedian Jon Stewart's full birth name? Jonathan Stewart Leibowitz. Who became King of Spain on General Franco's death? Juan Carlos I. Who did the Chicago Bears fire in 1992, just 4 years after he was the NFL Coach of the Year? Mike Ditka. What character in Monty Python and the Holy Grail insists that it's just a flesh wound? Black Knight. What is the primary flavoring agent of a Greek tzatziki sauce? Garlic. Where is Africa's westernmost point? Cape Verde. What fairy tale character has two ugly stepsisters? Cinderella. What type of cloud is characterized by thin, wispy strands? Cirrus. Who played the dusty innkeeper in the Christmas play in A Charlie Brown Christmas? Pigpen. Which country has the oldest flag in the world? Denmark. What theoretical physicist and cosmologist suffered from Lou Gehrig's disease? Answer: Stephen Hawking. Who was the lead singer for the band called The Police? Sting. Before becoming vice president, Joe Biden represented what state in the U.S. Senate? Delaware. What is the more common term for sternum? Breastbone. For what category is the Charlemagne Prize awarded? Answer: Work toward European unification, awarded to projects run by persons aged 16 to 30 that promote the idea of a unified Europe. Port Louis is the capital of which country? Mauritius. What literary character is adopted by Mesua and her husband, who believe him to be their long-lost sibling? Mowgli. What process produces a duplicate of the original cell? Mitosis. Which two disciples of Jesus were called the Boanerges? James and John. What nation's legislative body is named the Great Khural? Mongolia. Who served as the United States ambassador to Japan from 2013 to 2017? Caroline Bouvier Kennedy. What is the waltzing Matilda in the title of that traditional Australian song? A migrant worker's bedroll. Who narrated the 1995 film Judge Dredd? James Earl Jones. What famous ship was sunk on May 7, 1915? The Lusitania. Where is the Pentagon building physically located? Arlington, Virginia. What dog breed has the most Best in Show wins at the Westminster Dog Show? Wire Fox Terrier. What is the name of Earth's first artificial satellite? Sputnik. Whose massively popular photo led to the creation of Google Images? Jennifer Lopez. Kim Campbell was the leader of what country? Canada. How many players are there in a standard team handball team? 7. What is the only nation that borders both Tajikistan and Russia? China. Adephobia, kakorahophobia, or kakoraphiophobia is the irrational fear of what? Answer: failure. The phobic fears failure because they lack confidence in their abilities. They also fear the ridicule they might face. Who was the only woman and the only American to die during the yellow fever experiments of 1901? At Clara Moss, Moss allowed herself to be bitten by an infected Stegomyia fasciata mosquito, later renamed Aedes aegypti. What are the colors of the 5 Olympic rings? Black, blue, red, green, and yellow. What is Ben Stiller's character's last name in the movie Meet the Parents? Fokker. For what does the F stand in the name F. Lee Bailey? Francis? What does MST3K stand for? Mystery Science Theater 3000. Which famous monument is nicknamed Iron Lady? Eiffel Tower. The iconic wrought iron tower was the tallest structure in the world when completed, measuring 1,063 feet to its tip. Richard Bachman is a pen name used by which American author? Stephen King. Part of Dr. Eugene Shoemaker's ashes are buried at what unique place? The moon. Where was the armistice of November 11th, 1918 signed? Compiègne. What is nori, an ingredient used in the making of sushi? Seaweed. Which former Soviet republic has Tashkent as its capital? Uzbekistan. Back to Us is the name of what band's 10th studio album? Rascal Flatts. Who began his long TV career in 1969 as the weekend weatherman on WLWI? David Letterman. What general commanded the U.S. military operations in the Vietnam War from 1964 to 1968? William Westmoreland. Disaronno Amaretto liqueur gets its base flavor from what product? The almond flavoring comes from apricot kernels. Who was the son of Zeus and Maya? Hermes. What group's 1979 debut album was entitled Reproduction? Human League. Who is the fastest mouse in all Mexico? Speedy Gonzalez. That's the end of the show. Thanks for listening. Come back tomorrow for more exciting trivia.